welcome to the very first Connected podcast and YouTube video of 2022. I'm so excited about what this year is going to bring. My name's Gemma Margerison and I'm the CEO of Connected Wellbeing. And in January, we are focusing on our physical well-being. So somebody that's known a lot about that throughout his career is our special guest today, Stephen Wild. Hello, Stephen.
Hey, Gemma. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good.
Good. For people that don't know you, would you mind just telling us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so just kind of a short background of me. I played professional rugby league for roughly around 18 years, so pretty much most of my life. Been involved in that sporting environment pretty much from a young age, a bit before that. And, got to kind of the retirement age and building up to retirement, look into future plans, went into physical fitness, opened my own gym, which has been going for about 8 years now. And during that time, become a qualified nutrition and always had a kind of a bigger vision of going online, looking at mental health, physical health, pretty much lifestyle, everything linked as one. And for the last 18 months, been running my online program as well called Mind, Body and Health.
Fab. So I guess physical fitness, physical wellness is something that has kind of been really important throughout that journey.
Yeah, I think when becoming that professional athlete was just, kind of something I loved doing when I was young. But as kind of get older, we know how important, the physical and training and exercise as, not just physically, but mentally as well. And, top alongside of that, the lifestyle habits we do day in and day out and nutrition, it's that kind of circle of keeping them all in balance to kind of keep an healthy life.
Yeah. So from your perspective, can you tell me a little bit more about that link between physical health and mental health and general well-being?
Well, yeah, it's almost that, a lot of people come to me with kind of stuck in a rut or stuck in this vicious circle of, they're not motivated to train well, which has a real knock-on effect, to weight gain, to, even feeling just down in the self, anxiety can build, social anxiety, especially over the last, couple of years with COVID. And then, affects confidence, then can affect job, can affect relationships. So it's kind of that knock-on effect. And all we're doing is, rather than just, giving someone a physical program to try and get them out of that kind of circle, we try to, give them 3 or 4 tools to help, if that's helping build confidence, if that's, helping to change mindset, it may be nutrition and exercise. It may be just a couple of little things, tweaking the lifestyle, what's actually going to start building confidence over time. It's not a quick fix. And I think, probably 9% of the public have tried one thing or 2 things in a lifetime where, they've had short-term results, but it's got to be sustainable for the rest of the life. So we make it important that this isn't quick fix stuff. We want to look at different aspects of the life and just trying to improve, 1 or 2% of them areas so they can kind of kick on and develop over time.
Yeah. And that's been a real point of difference for what you do, isn't it? That kind of having that mental health aspect included.
Yeah, I think it's always good. We know there's massive links with exercise and mental health, and the improvements, not just the hormones, everything you get from training, but actually just the confidence you can build. Seeing your fitness levels go up, seeing your body change has a massive effect on your mental health as well. And giving that confidence, it may affect your work where you speak up at work. It may be you're going out socializing more with friends or with your partner. There's a lot of aspects of that. But if you can topple that by, almost, we go into a gym and do reps and exercise and we get stronger as time goes on. If we can do them reps mentally as well and focus on certain areas we can do over time, then mentally we're going to kind of get stronger as well. So kind of combining the two and having them 2 running at the side by each other is, for me, it's a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. So is yours kind of a set program in terms of so many weeks that you work together, or is it quite flexible? How does it work?
Yeah, so generally when someone comes in, we put the outskirts that it's a minimum of 3 months, but to most of my clients, they're between 9 to 18 months. It depends on the client, what they're coming in and the issues and stuff. We don't want to rush it. It's not a quick fix. Some people pick, certain things up a lot quicker than others, and some people really struggle. And there's no pressure on, you need to hit the gym 5 times a week, or you need to be, meditating every day and journaling. It is, the person who comes in, it's their pace. And we find that if someone can fit this into their lifestyle, and we've got 3 kids and a 12-hour a day shift, then we can fit that around them without adding any more stress, then the likelihood is they're going to carry on, for the rest of their lives as well.
Yeah. And I'm really glad you've said that, because I think with it being kind of the beginning of the new year, everyone's thinking, oh my goodness, I have to start like magically finding all of these extra hours in the day to go to the gym. By February I'm going to be like this big, and so it's good to hear that actually this is a process.
Yeah, it's just like everything in life, there's no quick fixes to anything. You want to get a great job, you've got to go for college and uni. It takes years to kind of develop them skills. You want to become fitter, you want to become an athlete. It doesn't happen overnight. But when it comes down to our health and our mental health and our physical health, we have this kind of mindset that, we do something for 3 weeks and we're going to go back to where we was at 21, or feeling like we was 20 years ago, or looking. There's no really, it's changing someone's mindset that, 20 years of doing something what's caused you get into this place. It's not going to take 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe not take 2 or 3 months to kind of get you, back where you want to. And that's probably the kind of hardest part of the process, convincing someone to kind of look at that bigger vision and further on in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So looking at kind of, obviously you being part of kind of the athletic and sporting world for your the years that you played rugby, what kind of skills do you take from that into now coaching other people?
I think it's only probably when I actually retired, fully, that I actually started looking at this. And I'm probably about 90% of my program is probably built from skills from what I've developed over the years. It involves teamwork, creating that team environment, having a group of people that are on the same kind of journey, so understand the same kind of struggles, not to be judged, be able to speak open in a group where, society kind of shows this perfection at the moment on social media, but actually our group is about being realistic and talking about the struggles and being open, and having that team environment is something what, we created, being in a team sport. For me, actually being a coach and not, something being coached is totally different than being told or being given something to do. I don't give meal plans, I don't give set training programs. It's about showing them and giving them some options, and then kind of explaining why this is the best option for them. But they've got to actually choose that path, and sometimes they don't. But actually, we can realign them back onto the same path, and just like our children, the more mistakes we make, more we're going to learn on that path. Yeah. So they're kind of just some, but yeah, I think the big one is the kind of team environment, the resilience, and a lot of the stuff from the guest speakers, like yourself, Gemma, we bring in is, not just having me there full time with them, but with rugby we have a backroom staff of 10, 15 other coaches, and other areas where they're special, and this is what this program is. It's not just working with me, you're working with professionals who top of the game in their industry.
Yeah. Wow. And that must be really kind of reassuring for people that they're not kind of on their own.
Yeah, I think the community, the team environment, we're great. I think just talking, we know talking and helps massively with mental health and getting it out there, but actually knowing that you're not alone as well, and having a group of individuals what can actually relate to it and actually give some input on how they kind of got over it or helped with it, or made changes to their lifestyle regarding whatever the issue is, actually makes my job a lot easier as well. And actually sit back and watch people actually coach each other is great, because when they finish this, they're going to have to understand that, they're going to have ups and downs in life. Things are always going to be thrown in their way, but knowing that they can get over it or kind of coach themselves around these situations is what the program's about.
Yeah, wow. Have you had any particular success stories over the last 18 months?
Yeah, I think, one thing I didn't really kind of anticipate when I started this program was the amount of people that actually quit their jobs. We've had people, lose 3-4 stone. We've had people, gaining confidence. We've had people was at a stage to go and gain surgery, to kind of help them, and pulled out and joined us, and then now doing 5-10K runs with their daughters and sons, and getting real active with the families. Where obviously COVID, they were almost housebound. So we've had some really good cases, but we've had probably like 5-6 cases over the last 12 months where people actually recognise the job is what's having majority of the impact, and we've not just focused on them quitting the job. They've actually realised that they need to make changes in their life to kind of get that work-life balance, and they've took it to themselves on either changing a job or going for another avenue in the business. And I think that's probably what surprised me the most, because giving up your job or changing your job is probably one of the biggest decisions you've got to make, because it is that comfort zone. You've got to feed the family, you've got to support the family and pay the mortgage. So yeah, that was a big one for me. We had one last week who it's been probably 3-4 months now, been looking, and she's applied for different jobs, and she actually got a new job just before Christmas, which was having a massive effect on mental health and anxiety, where she was on medication for it, and that's how much it was affecting us. So that is a massive win for that individual and us as well, because we'll support through this change now as well, going in a new environment and kind of creating a new career for herself.
Yeah, wow. So I guess that's another one in terms of areas of well-being that is positively impacted by this change, this kind of sense of occupation and purpose and job as well. That's fantastic. So for people who are thinking, okay, new year, new start, I think it's time that I, do something, what would your advice be to them?
I'd love to say don't have the mentality of the new year, new start thing, but
okay,
it's almost embedded in us, so probably for me, it's don't put too much pressure on yourself to, kind of lose X amount of weight. Don't focus your goals all around weight, or, if it's to kind of get back in a dress to what you was 6 months ago, because you're always setting yourself up for fail. For me, it's just setting some action steps to feeling better, feel better, because for the majority of people around this time now, things start winding down. We start eating a little bit more, overindulging. We're almost ready in January to kind of make that next step, almost go full on. We give up alcohol for 4 weeks, 2 months. We stop all carbohydrates. We stop eating all rubbish. But, it's got to be a lifetime kind of change, not just for 4 weeks. So I'd always put our goal, and our group will be focusing our goals on what's actually going to get us feeling great in January. So maybe just going out walking with the family, being active with the family. It might not even be eating, kind of making tweaks in the diet rather than cutting everything out. It may be just getting back into a routine, bedtime, morning routine. There's a lot of things you can kind of just add into your day, which doesn't take too much time, but you just getting you feeling better. Once you've got that kind of locked in, it could be end of January or February, then you can start adding things on. So it may kind of be a bit more, going to the gym or training or more exercise, whatever the individual kind of wants. But for me, it's just focusing your goals around getting you feel better again and getting back into that routine.
Yeah, no, I love it. I did a presentation in January at a women in December at a women's empowerment event, and we were talking a lot about kind of physical well-being and how actually it's not about doing something because we want to punish ourselves or we want to make something we want to change something about ourselves. It's making decisions based on what's going to be the best for us, what's going to nourish us, what's going to help us to take care of ourselves. So is that a similar approach for you?
Yeah, 100%. I think if you're training for looks, or to kind of beat yourself because you kind of want to de-stress, then you're always going to be setting yourself up for failure. I've had people come to me and look for me looks great, probably better shape than what I am at the moment, at my age, but to them, they're never going to be happy with themselves. They're always going to be picking themselves. So changing that mentality again is what the hard part is. You shouldn't be training for looks, shouldn't be training for weight loss, shouldn't be training to kind of beat yourself or beat yourself up. It should be to make you feel good, and finding something that you enjoy is always going to help. Not being told to go to the gym and beat yourself 5 times a week or 4 times a week. If you don't like the gym, then you don't have to go to the gym. It's finding something that you enjoy. It may be running, it may be joining a local netball team or a 5-a-side football team. There's tons of ways you can get them and enjoy that fitness into your kind of program, and vice versa with your kind of nutrition. And a lot of women I speak to don't eat a lot. They'll eat on the go. They eat when they've looked after everybody, they've worked and they've looked after the kids and everything, and they kind of realise they've not ate for 4 or 5 hours. But understanding that if they don't look after themselves, then they're not going to, they're not giving the kids or the family, the partner, the full them. Going to give them 50% of what they've got that day. And it's only over time when things start to break down and to get to a moment where they're pretty much, burnt out, or, they can't go any longer. That's when the kind of moment comes, and that's when a lot of people reach out to me and my program, because it's got to that stage where, they just don't see an end to this. And that, thankfully for us, we've got a lot of answers that can help with a lot of people.
Yeah. No, and I think that's a really important message to kind of put out there, to say to people, you don't have to wait until you hit rock bottom to do something about it. These kinds of programs are open to everybody.
Yeah, I think again, it kind of comes to the society. We wait till we've gained X amount of weight. We wait till we're mentally we're at that stage where it's having an impact on our life, or nutrition. We're binge eating a lot, but just like fitness levels, if you're working on that concept, turn it to a car. If you leave your car to blow up and you take it to a garage, it's going to cost you a lot more to fix and a lot longer. If you service your car and you MOT it and you maintain it, your car will last years and years without breaking down. And it's the same with our bodies. If we kind of maintain certain areas and try to tweak and improve, and the likelihood is you're not going to get to that stage and explode over time. But it seems kind of the mentality of where we've grown up, we leave it to that stage till we kind of realise. And I don't think a lot of people actually value their health overall. You buy a TV, you can see a TV. You buy a car, you use a car. But with your health, you buy a program, you buy a trainer or gym pass, you don't actually see a lot. It's almost like shares and stuff. You put them in and you might not see nothing for 10 years, but that's probably again a different mindset of people. They just don't value their own health until it gets to a stage where it's a real impact on their health as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So how can people get in touch with you then?
Yeah, generally most people will get in touch with me on social media. So we have my personal account now, which is probably where a lot of people kind of reach out. Stephen Wild on most social medias, or we have the Mind Body Health account again on social media, which I run both. All I ask is people just have a chat, find out. We do a lot of stuff where we will give people as much information free. There's a lot of information online. We can download a lot on YouTube and everything these days, but that's probably not the problem. It's having that support and that accountability and almost that community as well, which is what kind of brings the value in the program. Not just off me, off the other members and the other coaches we bring in as well.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. It's been really, really lovely to have you on. And yeah, I look forward to seeing how things develop in this coming year.
Brilliant. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Please join us next time where we're going to be talking about our February topic, which is mental well-being. Thank you.